Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So this came out a couple of days ago, but the more we kind of discussed it on the stream, the more I wanted to talk about it. Effectively, Alliance War Season 60 server stability compensation. And obviously there's still like a separate compensation that's going to be coming out after this, but Kabam is doing a fairly unique thing that they kind of rarely do, but this has quite a lot of implications. So I'm going to go over the post, and then I'm going to try and explain how it is going to get utilized by quite a few alliances. So greetings, summoners. Yesterday, we spoke about the server stability issues that many of you have been facing during Alliance War Season 60. These disconnects have unfortunately impacted gameplay and the competitive integrity of the season. We appreciate your patience as our team works on a permanent fix. Today, we implemented a change to the server that improved stability. However, it did not fully resolve the issues at hand. We'll be continuing working on this until it's fully fixed. So, they say it's better. I can't really say that I have noticed much of a difference, especially when playing Battlegrounds, because, connection issues are a big problem. This season, I had 2 DC deaths myself as well in Alliance War, which is, incredibly frustrating. And I know a ton of people just wanted this season to get cancelled. But to ensure fairness, we're implementing the following compensation measures for all players. If your Alliance place is lower than your previous season 59 placement, you'll receive the difference in the rewards to make up for the shortfall. Note, this is alliance-based, and all data will be drawn from where your current alliance placed during both of these seasons. If you place higher than your previous season 59 placement, no additional rewards will be provided, as you have benefited from the season's outcomes. It's kind of a fairly wild assumption there to begin with, but please note, this compensation is in addition to any future general compensation once the root cause is fully restored, which again, God knows when it's going to happen. There are no plans to outright cancel Season 60 at this time. We're committed to seeing it through. We'll be working on a fix to the server issues as quickly as possible, and we'll keep you updated as soon as we have more information. In the meantime, we feel this is the best course of action to take regarding the Alliance War season. Thank you for your continued support, passion, and dedication. So, this is actually going to cause quite a big of a rift here, and there are 2 very distinctive things that are happening right now that this announcement is live, and likely will happen more so by the end of the season. Because ton of alliances that did well last season, let's say they finished in top 10 masters or wherever, or even, alliance that makes masters and normally doesn't, effectively this is a green light for them to take the rest of the season off. I know from a handful of alliances that are just chilling. For example, if you won the last season, you placed first, you can just not fight anymore. You can just lose every single war, and you can still get the first place rewards. And I think there's going to be more alliances taking advantage of this, as in, like, if you're happy with your last season's placement and you don't think you can necessarily place higher than you did, then why bother? As in, like, why waste the boosts and the items and the effort to get nothing, right? Because you can just not do that and effectively still get all the rewards. So let's say if you place Masters previous season, now you can just tank and you're going to get all of that regardless. So, needless to say, because of that, the season standings will definitely get kind of jumbled up even further, because there will be some alliances that think they can push higher than they did before. There will be a lot of alliances who will just be taking it easy. So, in my opinion, that destroys competitive integrity, if that's what Kabam is worried. Because there will be, again, chunk of players who are kind of like starting from a position of win-win-win, because the last point that I still haven't discussed yet is the war rating in itself, which determines what alliances you match. In other words, you want your war rating to be lower, as long as you, let's say, still remain in tier 1 or whichever tier you typically play, in order to get easier opponents. You don't want it to get too low, not starting like tier 2 and then endless points alliance war and stuff like that, but any of the higher placing alliances always jump on the opportunity to tank as much as they can, specifically in order to lower the war rating when there are these inconsequential wars and stuff. Because again, the lower your war rating is, the better chance you have to match weaker alliances. So now, again, theoretically speaking, let's say if you're top 10 Masters Alliance or top 1 or whichever one, not only you have guaranteed the rewards for not doing any work for the rest of the season, but also you can tank your alliance war rating to ensure effectively you have easier time the next season and you get better rewards there. And whilst I'm not gonna say anything about any alliances who are doing it because they're just playing within the solution and the system that Kabam's creating, I will say that I think it goes directly opposite to quote-unquote integrity of the war seasons. I think this solution is kind of dumb because, yeah, it completely destroys the idea of, pushing or not pushing or all alliances trying to win regardless of the issues, because, again, there will be plenty of alliances who have absolutely zero reason to spend their items to try and place high, as well as, you can get your rate, you can tank your rating, which is awesome for any alliance who did well last season. But as a solution, I do think it's fairly crappy. So, what does it mean specifically to your alliance? That means you guys need to get together and make a decision. Do you think you can place higher than you did the season before? As in, if you finish Platinum 1 or Platinum 2, do you think you can get to the next level within the remainder of the season? Because if you don't, because last season you finished, let's say, Plat 1, which is your regular placement, and you just about never finish Masters, you might as well just not do War. Effectively, just play War for whatever. You're gonna save yourself the items. Or, if you think you can, then you might have an easier time getting there, because there's a good chance that you might match an alliance that's not trying particularly hard. So there we go. When it comes to the additional compensation, the first response when I saw this when I saw this specific part of the text copy pasted in my line chat, the guy just said, "So we're never getting it, because you're gonna get the compensation when the root cause is fully resolved." It's like, do we really think they'll do it properly? So I don't know when the actual compensation is coming or how it looks like. That's another very, very current question that everybody wants to know. What's going to be the compensation when we're going to get it? The answer is, yeah, I don't know. But I still think this is an interesting update. And again, if your alliance was not necessarily fully aware of it, then definitely I think the officers of every alliance need to kind of have a bit of a meeting now to decide what you can do for the rest of the season, because this changes things, obviously, quite drastically. Alright, that's it for this video. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have